What is a sales block that you're noticing right now as you move forward towards your goals?
I've done all the things except for reaching out.
Okay.
Like that actual, let's make the
Who
connection.
can relate? Yeah. Okay. So what would you identify as the block? Why you don't reach out?
Because what if I get 100 no's?
The no doesn't mean anything about you. And that's 100 chances for you not to just know it, but to feel it and to live that more deeply. And that you get to celebrate their truth and your emotional autonomy independent of their experience, which sounds really freeing. So there's some behaviors that play out as a way to avoid feeling something.
Yeah.
Maybe codependency or trying to manage them or get the yes so that you don't feel something. But what are you avoiding feeling?
What if this doesn't work? I've put in a lot to create this for myself. And I'm so excited for it. And it feels so aligned. But what if it doesn't work?
Okay.
What if
Failure.
it gets ripped out from underneath me? Then what?
Then what's that tenderness?
Then I'm back to being the 9-year-old little girl whose world got changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're trying to avoid feeling what you felt when you were 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
But sometimes I'm really tired of
I get it.
like, oh my gosh, here it is again.
Yes, yes.
Right?
So that's the voice of the ego.
Yeah.
And the voice of essence says, instead of how do I get rid of this, it says, essence says, how do I love this?
Yeah.
Ego, rid of, essence, welcome.
Yeah.
And so we just notice where we're identifying moment to moment. So knowing that actually embracing it without an agenda is what transforms it. Everything is looking to be accepted. Every part of us, every person. And we defend to the degree that we don't feel accepted. But there's this redemptive love. It comes back for itself. So if you had a misunderstanding, a pain at 9, life will present people and opportunities for you to be with that so that you can transform it at the root.
Over and over.
Until it's fully felt. Until it's fully felt.
Yeah.
Just notice where in your body right now you feel that activation that you also experienced when you were 9.
Probably heart center.
Heart center. Yeah. Okay. And so notice what feels nourishing in your body right now.
My breath.
Okay. So just feel the breath. See how far down the breath can go. Down to your feet. Yeah, there you are. And then also feel the presence of this activation in your heart. So if that 9-year-old could speak, just in this moment, from present tense, what does she want you to know? What does she want to say?
That stuff going on in the house that the adults are talking about is really confusing and I don't understand it. And I don't know what it means for me and how I'm supposed to be now.
And what is she feeling? I feel
confused, but even deeper, just lost.
Mm-hmm. You see an image in your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine that you see that image in your mind of her. Maybe she's curled up in a corner, or she's just really looking for guidance and love and safety. If you were to walk into a room as your most loving, present self, what does she need to hear?
It's not about you. I kind of want to be like, just look at me in my eyes. Look, just look.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some tenderness
Just
there.
focus.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the feelings that are coming up now? It's okay.
Just, it's not you.
Yeah.
That's not you.
Yeah. And what's the feeling?
A mix between like sad and angry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the little girl feels that?
Yeah, and I think the anger still is coming from the adult me.
Yeah.
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 Because I'm still dealing with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So allow the anger to be here. Just breathe into that in your body.
I think now, whew. You're so much bigger than their problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's important for her to know, that it doesn't mean anything about her.
I want to say they're so dumb. They're so dumb.
Yeah. I'm going to guide us a little bit.
Okay.
Because what's happening is that there's a vulnerability here, and then you've got this rebellious protector that goes into protecting her and judging them, which has a space and a place.
Yeah.
But it's also an avoidance to go here to the vulnerability,
Yeah.
to fully welcome the vulnerability underneath the defense.
Yeah. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah, by embracing it.
Okay.
I really hear your sincerity.
Yeah.
And I just want to touch in on this with presence. So, essence, embracing ego. Really allowing the vulnerability to be touched in on and allowed as a sensation.
It takes over my entire body. Yeah.
So, what happens when you allow it fully as a sensation, not a story?
It's interesting to watch how it goes from everywhere in my body. And as I'm trying to just allow it,
Yeah.
there's this resistance that wants to build up like a little ball
Yes.
around the heart.
Okay, good to notice. And I'm watching that track. So notice the ball around your heart, and also notice the space behind your heart. Feel your open heart from the back. Yeah, and then that allows it to move through. So feel your feet, feel the back of your heart open. And then feel this space in the room. Feel the walls in the room that don't mind that this contraction is here, that welcomes it exactly as it is, that welcomes you exactly as you are, that already accepts this moment without having to do anything.
There's a fighter.
yes.
It's a very interesting flow between like wanting to expand and then feeling
Yes.
this fighter.
Yes, and this is why it's been looping. It's okay. And this fighter has done such a fierce fucking job trying to protect you. And we're not trying to get rid of it. And I'm just imagining that it's tired and it's okay. And you had to protect yourself when you were younger. It's just different now. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, just breathe. Yeah, this part of you has done so well. Really, really good job. And there's another way. In what's present as you tune in this moment.
There's a little bit more expansion. She's stubborn.
Yeah, and I love her. And I want her to know that she's done such a good job.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to get rid of her.
Yeah.
But I know she's tired.
Tired, and also a connection to like, identifying with that warrior.
Yes. I'm genuinely not trying to get rid of her.
Yeah, because there's a strength in that warrior, but right now I just want to throw up.
Yeah.
But I want to be a different warrior. I want to use that strength differently.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just notice what's happening in your body.
Oh, heavy.
Yeah. You want to shake a little bit? Yeah, just
really heavy.
yeah. And just let your body naturally do what it wants to do. Just feeling the weight of that warrior and really thanking that warrior in all the ways that she has protected you over the years. She is resilient, she is welcome, and we're not trying to get rid of her. So in honoring her, we can pull on her when it's needed, but not as a default setting. So we bow in reverence to her And she gets to come back, this warrior, anytime she wants. But we're also noticing what else is here without having her as the default. So keeping the back of your heart open with the breath. Feeling your feet. What's present, Kirsten?
I think not only breath, but the image of just light in the heart.
So a lightness.
Because what was coming up is without the warrior, then who am I?
That's a beautiful inquiry.
Yeah, and so there is light in my heart, and to me, I can relate to that, right? That's the other way of being, is from that light. And that was easy to move through the back of my body and outward a little bit. That feels like a newer anchor.
So discovering who you are beyond this pattern.
Not just here.
Yeah, really in your heart.
Yeah.
It's a big identity shift.
And I think I understand that as essence.
Yes.
As the connection to everything bigger.
Yes.
And mentally and verbally, I can tell you all about that.
Yes.
And ask all the time, every day, to be that light.
Yes.
But that warrior, that's funny. Because in August, I went to a program called Warrior of Light. So,
Well, this warrior
Yeah.
archetype is one expression of the light.
Yeah.
The light illuminates the warrior archetype. But there are all these other archetypes that you get to dance and discover and expand within.
Yeah.
What I hear you exploring right now, not just here, but like an embodied knowing of what this light is without the archetype, who and what you are as light.
Without the words.
Without the words.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can you feel that in your body right now? Noticing what notices. Like what does the looking?
I know that.
You are that. So from this place, how does this relate with the warrior?
I love you, warrior.
She's fierce.
Yeah.
And she's been loving you hard, showing up for you deeply. And we bow to her. Yeah, it's okay to let the emotions come. Yeah, you don't have to hold it back.
Thanks. Oh, she wants to put down her shield.
Yeah. So let's do a ceremony.
Her sword.
Yeah, yeah.
But not her crown.
So let yourself embody the truth of who and what you are, the light that you are. And we honor her in her years of service, giving her a rest through her commitment and dedication. She gets to still play at whatever time she wants, but just a bowing to her. And what's that smile?
Because it's time. Yeah.
And it's
It's
time.
time.
Yeah, and to discover who you are beyond that.
And she's part of that.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
So what feels like when you feel into yourself now? Is she sitting in this moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, feeling respected and honored and still available when needed.
Yeah, it's interesting because I get this like old hag for some reason is kind of showing up, and I know there's something with the tarot and something I don't know, but I don't need to put words to it.
Yeah.
But what's coming through is that's the wisdom part of me. Yeah. And that warrior has carried a lot of wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's also an alchemy that comes from that, this sage, this wise one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Yeah. Warrior changed to the wise one.
Warrior to wisdom.
Yeah.
Welcome home. So the things we want to try to get rid of are the doorways back to ourselves.
Yeah. And of course I understood that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
life is a mirror. So when we
Yeah.
welcome it, we extract the wisdom.
Yeah.
We get this deeper and deeper and deeper. It's integrated.
Yeah. And it's, I knew that I could come here in this space and do this work, that this container could hold it.
Yeah.
And it was time.
Yeah.
So thank you for calling on me when I raised my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would be an anchor, a touch point? Maybe there's an image of the tarot card or there's warrior to wisdom, but
Yeah.
let's bring this into your business to discover what it's like to lead from this place,
Yeah.
from the wisdom,
Yeah.
so that you reach out to people embodying who and what you are
Yeah.
while embracing the old parts that just have been habitual.
Yeah, and I've put it out there in words,
Yeah.
but not that embodiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you have a powerful reference point. And you get to discover who you are as a coach and a leader from this place. I mean, imagine what's possible from here. And none of those things even matter if they sign up or not, because you are the living embodiment of it. And people are magnetized to that. You can't help but create clients when you live it.
And that was my word, magnetic. Yeah.
Embodying it.
Yeah.
And I honor your courage for going there. So just want to remind all of us, because there's parts of us that say this again, it's like, yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
There's more depth for you to receive of the truth of your being. So this love embraces, the truth of our being, essence embraces ego. That's what we're doing here. And you just so beautifully demonstrated that. Thank you, Kirsten.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.